V2i. A couple of key words in my life: vision and implementation. Very important to me. It's fantastic to have a vision, but unless you know how to implement it, it makes it very hard. Communication is the key, and I needed a better tool. And again, all of my work up in Indonesia really reinforced how important communication was. And for me, I saw visualisation as that key, where I could walk into a room, a little bit like what Ken just did, hit a button, let the story unfold in front of people. And what that did is 9 times out of 10 gave everyone a much better level of knowledge about the topic that we were trying to discuss, as opposed to me in the old days standing up here trying to talk through master plans and trying to interpret that. It was very hard. So visualisation really became a great key for me. So I know, David, you didn't want me to show any stuff. I'm going to show a little bit. This is fairly typical of what we do on the property world. This is a sales DVD for a project down the Gold Coast that it was a casualty of the GFC, I guess, because it really hasn't got off the ground. All that's computer generated. So our role is to fill in the gaps and to try to provide a very clear understanding of what a project's going to look like in 5 or 10 years' time. The thing for me as an urban planner, and combine that with visualisation, is that it enables us to get very accurate with what we're visualising. Quite often we'll just have a two-dimensional plan and we'll have to fill in the gaps. And it's something that I'm very passionate about, because what I want to do is ensure that the outcome is the best urban design and master planning outcome from a community creation point of view also. So as I said, visualisation and design, some very interesting skills that we produce. This is a project overseas, fairly typical of the work we do overseas. This was a large project in Bahrain. This was all created off a two-dimensional master plan, and our role was then to fill in the gaps, create the vision for the project, and to use it as a catalyst for discussion with the client, with the consultants. Down the bottom there, it's just talking about some of the statistics that we as a company were experiencing, and you know, we were doing all right. We had about 20 or 30 staff. We had a turnover upwards of $4 million. Life was pretty good. And it was very enjoyable. I was doing a lot of travelling up into the UAE and looking at the boom, what was happening up there with Dubai and some of those parts of the world, which was just fascinating.